with the Panthers. Now Sweet Home is going to get the ball first to start things off, and we are underway in the Class A championship game at the Carrier Dome. The ball taken at the 5-yard line, raced all the way across the 20, still on his feet, finally brought down at the 30-yard line, but a very good return by the Panthers' DJ Nettles.
Well, he netted him almost 30 yards. He got the ball about the 2-yard line. He got about 28, 27 on that return, so pretty decent field position for Sweet Home. Yep, just short of the 30, about the 29-yard line.
So the first series of the game for the Panthers, their quarterback, Casey Kaz, I think we talked about this, has never lost a game on the high school level. One other thing, he does not make many mistakes. 20 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions on the season. Gets a snap, quick dump pass over in the flats there, but well guarded by that Burnt Hills defense, as Dejanero Morris is brought down very quickly.
Well, they certainly were waiting for that. Ian Schwann, number 50, the linebacker, was there very, very quickly. And he's 6'4", 215, and there's the Sweet Home Panthers.
And the starting lineups brought to you by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. A second down and 14 as they lose 4 on the play. Misdirection, and then it is Morris getting the call and picking up 4 or 5 yards on the carry. And Dale, he is certainly a young man we're going to talk about very often, maybe a little bit later, as we take a look at that Burnt Hills defense that will be challenged this afternoon. Sweet Home's offense, very effective as you take a look at the linebackers. They're giving up just 4.4 points per game. A 3rd down and 11 now for Sweet Home. That's the quarterback throwing it downfield, has a wide open receiver, sheds a tackler as he gets the ball up to the 45-yard line. We're seeing early, Dale, the arm strength of Casey Kaz.
Well, Casey Kaz had good protection, waiting to see if he gets somebody open, and DJ Nettles flashes open right in the center and then makes a nice cut and gets the first down.
I certainly like the pace of this game early on here. We're seeing Sweet Home coming out, and while they have a great running game, throwing the ball downfield as well. That obviously was good enough for a first down. They had the ball at the 46-yard line.
Looking at that offensive line, they average about 220 pounds, 225 pounds, athletic.
That is Dejanero Morris. Look at the size of that kid. Crosses midfield. How about 5'11", 225 pounds? If he gets into the secondary, I feel sorry for those guys.
Well, you know, usually your safeties are fast and the corners are fast, but they're not usually that big. And when you get a guy like that who can break into the secondary, that's trouble.
Morris, 1,400 yards rushing on the season, 24 touchdowns. We should mention as well, he's our leading tackler. Kaz under center. He's going to look to pass. Plenty of time. That offensive line giving him time. He's going to air it out downfield, bobbled around. Both the defender and the receiver had a chance at that ball.
Well, they got good coverage because he was flying down the field. McKenna is there as they read this, but you're right. He had plenty of time, Joe. Nice looking ball, but watch the defense close on it. Both guys there for Burnt Hills. Sellers and McKinnon put a little air under it, but you can see they've got the ability to look downfield. Ball was intended for number 24, Wachukum.
Here is the 3rd down play. Kaz rolls out, has a wide open receiver at the 30-yard line, bounced out of bounds, but a big first down by the Sweet Home Panthers. Manny Reed making the catch and moving the chains.
Well, you look at their receivers, they got a lot of them out there. Manny Reed, averaging 13.4 per catch, is wide open in back of the linebackers and in front of the safeties.
Sweet Home loves to run that spread offense. The responsibility going to the senior quarterback, Casey Kaz, who is moving his team downfield on their first drive of the ball game. Man in motion. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Gives it to Morris. Sheds a tackler. Still on his feet. Powered his way to the 9-yard line.
Well, I tell you, hit at the end there by Mike Russell, 88. But I'll tell you what, he delivers a blow when he arrives at the tackler. Now he's the tacklee. Watch him here. You can see it get right there. My gracious.
He is like a battering ram. Look what he's done so far this season. 1,400 yards, 6.5 yards per attempt. 2nd and 1 on the 10-yard line of Burnt Hills. Kaz keeping it. Misdirection. Going to the end zone. Dives in for a touchdown on their very first drive of the ball game. It is Sweet Home picking up a quick 6.
Started out, it looked like it was an option play, and then he said, whoops, nobody home to the right. I'm going back to the left, and then using good cuts, Kaz, a guy who's never lost a game in high school, bounces after he gets hit, gets that arm out for the first touchdown. So Kaz scores first, and Sweet Home marches right down the field. Big play was that 33-yard pass play.
And after the extra point, it is already 7-0 over Sweet Home. Sweet Home over Burnt Hill. This is the Class A championship game on Time Warner Cable Sports. 7-0 lead over Burnt Hills. Talk about being efficient. 8 plays, 71 yards in a very short time, which means the Panthers are going to kick the ball off. Burnt Hills has some room to run. Talk about speed there. For the Spartans, they're going to get the ball near the 40-yard line to start things off.
Well, they've just got good field position, which is important for them. My question is, can they match the athleticism of Sweet Home?
That's a very good question. That's a senior quarterback for Burnt Hills. 1,200 yards passing, another 1,100 on the ground. An all-state quarterback for the Spartans. Just like Sweet Home, Burnt Hills has plenty of weapons as well. Let's see, as Dale just said, if they can respond. And Layton is going to keep it, and he is stopped for a loss as Sweet Home gets through that offensive line very quickly.
Well, you look at Burnt Hills, the offensive line, perhaps not as big, 190, 200 pounds, but Paluba, Vuillaume, Flint, Page, and Henderson. And then there's the guys up front, Jones, Hadcock, Van Alstyne, Akers, and Sharon.
That quarterback keeper losing a yard for Layton. Now 2nd down and 11 on the 37-yard line. He is in the shotgun. Hands off, trying to get around that right side. Has some blockers, stays on his feet. Brought down at the 40, only picked up about 2 yards on the carry. As we take a look at the Sweet Home defense, a team that has been very impressive so far this season, allowing just 11.3 points per game. You take a look at the 2 linebackers and then the secondary. These guys will be tested against all-state quarterback Paul Layton. A 3rd down and 8 now. A long 3rd down coming up here for Burnt Hills. Layton in the shotgun, a man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Tries to go outside. He's going to zip it to the sideline. The catch is made by Tyler Columba, but he is stopped well short of that 1st
down. Well covered, and just a great job. Spencer, 42, reading this, says, I know I can't knock the ball down, but I can knock the man down and not give him anything, so no yards after catch.
That sets up a punting situation for Burnt Hills. Coming in to punt is number 15, Paul Layton. He'll stay busy this afternoon. Quarterback, nice punter, kicker, and a booming punt all the way to the 10-yard line. It is fumbled around and then finally swallowed up by number 82, DJ Nettles. That certainly could have been dangerous.
That's one of the highest punts I have ever seen in the dome. 50 yards, no return. But I'll tell you what, that thing was up there. I thought it might hit a speaker. That was a heck of a punt.
That Layton punt pushes Sweet Home all the way back to the 5-yard line.
Well, they gave him a long field, I'll say that.
Let's see if the Burnt Hills defense is able to step up. Obviously, on the first drive by Sweet Home, that wasn't the case. The Panthers marched down the field, and finally put it in the end zone on a Casey Kaz short touchdown run. He is backed up to his goal line. I formation, gives it to Morris. Morris pounding the tacklers again. Gets the ball out to about the 9. Picks up 4 yards.
I was getting some vicious blocking up front. Now, I'll tell you, that's Steve Phillips, 6'2", 220, number 53. Opened up quite a hole there. And they come right back without a huddle and hurry things up a bit.
Both these teams playing in their first ever state championship game. Sweet Home has rushed for 2,900 yards this season. Man in motion, misdirection, gives it to the receiver. He's got room to run. He's going to cut inside. Sheds a tackler, still on his feet. That's number 82, DJ Nettles. Can they catch him from behind? He is at the 30-yard line. It would be a 91-yard touchdown run. That is exactly what it is for DJ Nettles as Sweet Home strikes once again on their second series.
They had a shot at him early. It's a little reverse wide receiver around, and there he makes a great cut right there. There's one right there. He shrugged that tackle off, and now he just turns on the Jets. Thought they had an angle on him, but it was not to be. 91 yards later, it is the second touchdown of the game for Sweet Home.
Nettles put it in overdrive at about the 50-yard line. Place kicker comes in. Mike Lewandis puts it through the uprights, and quickly a 2-touchdown advantage for Sweet Home. 5:40 remaining in the first quarter. Panthers have the lead 14-0 over the Spartans.
Every deal's
for a 91-yard touchdown. 6'2", 185 pounds, just a junior on this Sweet Home team.
They have some athletes. They got an offensive line that's protecting the quarterback. They show you a lot of different things. They ran a little fake wide receiver around, and man, oh man, that guy can fly. As you said, just going to say, you said 6'2", 185, and only a junior.
We're well conditioned for these type of games. We've seen it in the Class D state title game as well as the Class C game. Now Burnt Hill's down early in this contest. You have to respond at this point. Don't make mistakes. Don't let this game get out of hand as well.
Well, yeah, if they're going to have to come up with something here. Special teams, perhaps, a nice run back, maybe. Get themselves good field position. That's what they need. Oh, my.
As he runs into a brick wall, that is Brandon Beatty.
I think Steve Spencer, I think, is a guy that hits him. Watch. Yes, right there. 42, Spencer. Nice little hit. A running back, 5'9", 165. He hits a lot heavier than 165 pounds.
Paul Layton, the senior quarterback for Burnt Hills. Going to have to try to lead this team back as the handoff goes right away, and the Sweet Home defense swarming around the ball carrier.
Well, they ran a power formation. They had an unbalanced over line to the right, and Morris just came right through it, ignored it as they went into the weak side, and made the tackle.
DeShanero Morris, the leading tackler on this Sweet Home team. He's got size, he's got speed. Let's talk about Paul Layton a little bit more, an all-state quarterback being recruited by both the Ivy and the Patriot League, and he's going to have to come up with some big plays down early here in the first quarter. One thing they have not been able to do is run the ball early on in this game. Quick strike as he dumps it out here to Keaton Flint, makes the catch, gets the advancement up to about the 31-yard line.
Smart play, run the little flare, get that ball out to somebody who can do something, and Keaton Flint, the receiver, turns upfield, but just a good, sure tackle by Sweet Home's number 25, Perez. And that's a mark of a good team, good open field tackling. Now they run out in the double slot here.
Once again, a tough situation. 3rd down and 7. Layton in the shotgun, looking over the field, dumps it off, connects, and I do believe he does have enough for the first down. as he gets it to Tanner Sellers.
It's going to be close, I think. Yeah, it's going to be close. Watch this. Makes the grab. Nice concentration. Good tackle. Good sure tackle, but they do get the first down. So a nice job by Burnt Hill's Boston Lake as they battle back here, being down by 2 touchdowns. 4:03 left in the first quarter on a nice short pass pattern out to Keaton Flint, who gets the first down.
Layton in the shotgun. You'll see him in that position very often this evening. Receiver goes in motion. Layton, a high snap, hands it off to the receiver who has a blocker up in front of him. He's going to cut back outside, stays on his feet, and does pick up another first down. That's Tyler Paluba with the end around and gets the first down for Burnt Hills.
Well, Keaton Flint did a nice job of blocking on that for Burnt Hills. The wide receiver who made the catch. He's going to go out and block. You see him right there. He's on the right side of the screen right there. Made a nice block, and then they gang tackle him, but not before they got the first down. You're going to get another look. There was the high snap. There was the block by Flint. Allowed him to go to the outside, and Paluba got the first.
Layton is going to keep it. He does go for 3 or 4 yards, rushed for over 1,000 yards in his senior season, and 19 touchdowns to go with that.
A little flag here, too. We'll see what happens. It was a flag right at the end of the play. So it oftentimes is against the defense. Let's see.
We have a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, blue, 15 yards, first down.
And that is a penalty that will certainly upset John Fallers. You just took a look at him.
Did you see him?
As you add on 15 yards on the play. The rights to this broadcast have been granted by the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, representing over 1,500 secondary schools across the state of New York and more than 500,000 boys and girls who participate annually in New York State Public High School Athletic Association Inc.-sponsored athletic competition. Any rebroadcast or republication of this programming without the written consent of the New York State Public High School Athletic Association is strictly prohibited. First down and 10 now at the 30-yard line. Layton is going to keep it. Goes off the left side, stays on his feet. Maybe picks up 1 or 2 for being gang tackled by that Sweet Home defense.
Well, Ibrahim Ramadan, number 8, did a great job of pushing that ball pushing that ball back inside and then made the tackle. And number 8 right there. One of the things Sweet Home is going to do is they're going to say, we can't let Sweet Home get comfortable because in their defense. So they're giving them different looks and they're going different places because you can't just sit and run against this team.
Layton given just 1 yard on that carry. Another man in motion. Shotgun formation. Mix it up. Layton's going to keep it. Gets away from a tackler and he gets close to a first down. Still probably about a yard or 2 shy.
Well, he's making those guys adjust to the man in motion, and then that opens up the inside. And one of the things he does is he runs pretty well. You see that man in motion. There's the fake. They go over too far. Can't compensate, and he cuts back up inside. And Paul Layton, 6'1", 210, good-sized quarterback.
And Layton averaging almost 10 yards per carry this season. 19 touchdowns. He would love to add to that total in the championship game. A 3rd down and 3. I formation actually in the shotgun, dumps it off to the man in motion, makes the catch, on his way to the end zone, and Burnt Hills answers the call and gets the 6 to narrow the advantage.
Oh, they're excited about this. Nice job by Layton. And here's the nice block as Flint runs out of trouble, but he got a great block and allowed him to get in the end zone, and that was important for them to answer.
Keaton Flint was the man going in motion. Layton now lining up for the point extra. It is good, so they were able to cut the deficit in half. 1:48 remaining in the first quarter. It's Sweet Home 14, Burnt Hill 7 in the Class A state championship game.
We have it all on our Route 50 pre-owned.
Touchdown catch is a confidence builder for Burnt Hills. Nice quick read from Paul Layton as they get the 6 and then the 7 after the extra point. Now the big question now, Dale, is how does the defense for the Spartans respond after giving up 2 quick touchdowns to the Sweet Home offense?
Well, I think they're going to settle down now. They know what to expect, and they didn't get here by not being a good team, so they're going to settle down and they're going to make sure that they keep Morris in check, but they have so many weapons. You've also got to watch out for Nettles. So the passing game of Sweet Home may be the key for opening up this game as they look at it, because they've had a little problem covering people. Both times they've had guys wide open on pass plays. Maybe they're going to make an adjustment. Right now they're going to have to play defense once again.
So Burnt Hills kicks things
Wow.
off. Will Reese is deep. It's taken by Nettles, and it will be a touchback. They'll get the ball on the 20-yard line, but we know what type of arm Paul Layton has. I think his leg matches as well.
You know, I haven't seen a game in a long time, a high school game, where they put it in the end zone and you cannot return the ball out of the end zone in high school. So that, it was a great weapon because Joe makes him go 80 yards.
The last time Sweet Home had the ball inside the 10 and marched right down the field, a 2-play, 95-yard touchdown drive. Casey Kaz in the shotgun. Right next to him is DeShanero Morris. He's going to get the call, trying to cut off the right tackle, but Burnt Hills defensively steps up and makes a huge stop.
Jacob Hester, the defensive end, a lean 6'5", 200 pounds, rides him. Watch this. Ball breaks to the outside. He tries to set him up and then go to the outside. Great job of fighting off the block, and Hester brings him down for no gain.
And I'm guessing Morris doesn't get taken down very often one-on-one. Good tackling there by the Panthers. Sets up a 2nd down and 10 on their own 20. In the shotgun, Nettles in motion. Kaz fakes it to both. He's going to throw the ball downfield. Had a man wide open. Burnt Hills just misses sacking Kaz. He's going to run the ball, gets over the line of scrimmage, picks up maybe 3 yards on the carry. Good job and great coverage defensively.
Well, it was great coverage initially, but then they had somebody going open downfield. Watch. He sees him. Cameron McGuy, good faking. But right there, as soon as they made him do that, Hester again, they made him put the ball down because one of his receivers had broken free, was behind the secondary, but he didn't see him because Hester was chasing him.
A huge 3rd down play coming up here for Burnt Hills. 3rd down and 6. Here's the snap. Screen is set up and dumped off to Reese. Reese has some speed here. He is still aimed it up as he goes across the 50-yard line. Can he get to the corner? He dodges the tackle, and he is off to the races. Another touchdown from Sweet Home. A 76-yard catch from Will Reese.
You know, there's an old expression, speed kills, and this is a great example of it. He sets a screen up, everybody sees it, 76 yards, but Will Reese, 6 foot 160, when he gets the corner, that's it. It's over.
There were a couple of Burnt Hills defenders who did have a chance at him, but he did high step him all the way to the end zone.
A big play has been a big play.
Extra point is up, and it is good as well. A high-scoring first half here.
You know, it's funny. They really had him going there and had him in the 3rd and long, and by golly, they got right out of it. That's a mark of a good team.
They were facing a 3rd down and 6. Spartans needed to stop. Instead, a 76-yard screen pass going to Will Reese.
Of course, you know, they set that up by having those guys from Burnt Hills. We got to get them, and they, you know, they get going and they fly to the quarterback, and then he dumped it to Reese, who we said has great speed. Then broke it to the outside from the center. It was a center screen, and
you're right. The screen was set up perfectly. Casey Cash showing plenty of patience as they kick the ball off, taken at the 20-yard line, trying to go wide. Then brought down at the 25-yard line, which means Burnt Hills is going to take over with another possession. But a very high-scoring first quarter in the Class A championship game. It is 21-7, Sweet Home over Burnt Hill. Quarter. Look at the total yardage by Sweet Home, 250 yards, on pace for 1,000 in this game.
Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? That's ridiculous. But they have been able to use the big play, as you said, to their advantage. And they've just been unstoppable offensively. Oh, they had them in trouble, but they couldn't nail them down in the center screen, put them away. So now, Albany area, Burnt Hills, Boston Lake has to come up with another answer like they did the last time.
They have the ball at the 26, man in motion. Layton's going to keep it. He's going to throw the ball to the right side. Has a man open and is not able to control it. That's Tyler Paluva, who cannot haul in the pass from Paul Layton.
So Layton coming in had only attempted 118 passes, 69 for 118, 58%, but 1,206 yards, 12 TDs, and 3 picks. But that part of the game is going to be, I think, a bigger part of their game today.
Follow tonight's game. You can log on to Syracuse.com for the latest scores from all of your favorite Section 3 high school football teams. Second down and 10 now. Layton in the shotgun. High snap. Layton's going to keep it and then gets swallowed up by that Sweet Home defense.
Now, good read. 17, Pat McMahon. The quarterback, who also plays defense, 5'11", 205, was at the bottom of that pile. And now, big third down. They've got to get out to the 38-yard line for the first.
Considering Burnt Hills has had a tough time stopping that offense of Sweet Home, you certainly don't want to give the ball back to that Panthers explosive offense. A long third down, counted 14 yards. Layton over the middle, had a man, but then picked off, and then raced. That's DeShanero Morris making the interception, returning it to the 17-yard line.
Boy, he's a moose, isn't he? And he's very athletic. He's sitting back there watching, and then he just cuts across the formation when he sees the ball. He knew where the receiver was coming across the formation. He was sitting there right in the middle, and the linebacker, and stepped up and made the pick.
And with 11:08 remaining here in the second quarter, let's send it down on the field and check in with Don Hines.
As good as DeShanero Morris is on offense, he's just as good, if not better, on defense, as you saw in that play. He's been sitting there looking for that pass for the last 4 plays, I'd have to say, and he certainly found it there.
And Morris gets the call, plows ahead, picks up maybe 1 or 2 on the play. But yeah, a great running back, an even better linebacker, the leading tackler on this team.
Owens from Burnt Hills made a nice tackle on him because he is a load, about 220 pounds, and he did a nice job of bringing him down for no gain.
Morris picks up just 1 on the play. A very good position right now if you're Sweet Home. You have a 14-point advantage. You have the ball. You're in the red zone. Here comes a man in motion. Kaz in the shotgun. Looking right. Dumps it off and intercepted by Burnt Hills. They come up defensively and make the stop. That is Connor Hadcock making the beautiful read on the Casey Kaz pass.
Connor Hadcock, 6'2", 230, the linebacker. He just said, I'll see that Morris interception and I'll do one myself. Good height, right up in front of the intended receiver. The intended receiver, Swachukum, and in front of him, big step up in the air. Connor Hadcock, nice pick. Couldn't have come at a better time.
Burnt Hills defensively has been solid all season long. They've allowed just 78 points throughout the first 12 games, 21 here today in the first half against Sweet Home. Layton's going to keep it, has a couple blocks. Everybody paused and wondered where the ball was. He crosses the 30-yard line up until about the 33.
Kyle Jones, 66, did a great job of blocking on the right side. As you look at it, he sealed it off, and then there was the reason why it was so open was number 66 opened that hole for Layton.
as we take a look at James Foy, senior running back on this team, get his ankle tape. We expect him to get back in the game. First down run for Paul Layton. They're now on the 33-yard line. Handoff up ahead off the left tackle. That picks up another 2 yards. That is Erik Vuillaume, who had 11 touchdowns on the season.
The question is, can the Spartans here, can they match that big play capability? And that's the problem at this point. I'm not saying they can't stay with them, but it takes a lot of time, and big plays seem to be the rule of the day for Sweet Home at this point. They need a nice long drive. They got a second and long.
Layton's going to keep it. Go over the right side. Gets by one tackler, but he's finally brought down. Only a pickup of maybe 2 or 3 yards. Going to set up about a 3rd and 5 coming up here.
Yeah, they got 7, 8 guys up in the box there, and he's hoping to outfox him and then cut back. He's getting some positive yardage, but he's got 3rd and about 3.5.
And Layton, in their state semifinal victory over Nyack, hit a touchdown run, also kicked an extra point. Their 14-13 victory. He's going to throw this one. Has a man wide open and a diving catch by Craig Page, but it squirts loose, so it's incomplete.
Yeah, I just saw it. I had a good angle on it, and it went right through his hands. Nice play, right position, nice throw. He had some time, and on the run, watch where this ball's delivered. Right to the outside, right where it should be, but just dropped. So it's going to be a punt. And this gets scary now when you're Burnt Hills. Although I will say, we've had some good punting and good kicking. Layton, first punt went 50 yards, and one of the highest punts I've ever seen in the Dome. I just saw the coach from Sweet Home telling his return man, get back.
After seeing that first punt, this one not bad either. Nettles comes up on it, gets it about the 30, and finally crosses the 35-yard line. But the last thing that Matt Shell, the head coach for Burnt Hills, wanted to do is give the ball back to that Sweet Home offense, trailing 21-7 here in the second quarter.
35 on that punt. He didn't get all he wanted. He got pretty good height, but the distance wasn't there. And we'll see what... there it is. He was running up on the ball, which is okay. I've seen those fumbled, but he is a tough guy. Watch him leaning forward. Nettles leaning forward to get as much as he possibly can.
And Nettles is the one who had the 91-yard touchdown run not long ago. Casey Kaz in the shotgun formation. Gets it, hands it off. Deschanero Morris pushes the pile across the 41 to maybe the 42-yard line.
Well, you know what they do? They pile into here. Now they're going with a kind of a hurry up, not huddling. And then they just kind of pound you. But you know what? Deschanero Morris looks a little tired.
That was Kevin Knights, the intended receiver.
Pretty good protection. And then, yeah, you see the free hand up there. I'm surprised Sweet Home did not call a timeout there. They also looked like they were confused when he had to send Morris, tell him where to go, and they had wasted about 30 seconds.
I mean, both teams with plenty of timeouts, 2 for Sweet Home, 3 for Burnt Hills. 21 seconds remaining in this first half. There goes Beatty once again. Layton has it. Here comes the rush. I thought they were trying to set up the screen. Layton has nowhere to run, and he is sacked for a big loss. He lost maybe 13 yards on that drop back.
Yeah, he did. He got in trouble there. It was Ramadan again, and Morris on a blitz. And now there's
has it after the snap. It's going to be a screen play. Let's see if they set it up, and that would be no. Squelched very quickly by Ramadan.
And that's going to do it.
We're just moments away from starting the second half of this Class A championship game. The fans coming in full attire, enjoying this one, a 28-14 lead for Sweet Home. And Dale, we had talked about this in the pregame. Both teams with outstanding quarterbacks. Who has had the edge in the first half? Is it Paul Layton or is it Casey Kaz? And the coaches taking a look at the Burnt Hills team, obviously. A very good turnout for all three games we have seen today. This morning, this afternoon, and then finally this evening. All of the 6 teams we have seen well-traveled and have come from all over New York State. Things off from the 40-yard line. The third quarter is officially underway. A short kick, bounced around, and then finally picked up at the 20. He is still on his feet across the 30-yard line. Not bad field position as Burnt Hills starts their first drive of the second half.
Well, you're right. That's pretty good field position, and they do those little kicks where they kick them to one side of the field. It really eliminates, unless you're going to run the diagonal all the way across. So it gives you a little bit of advantage. But he did a nice job of breaking that up and getting good field position for Paul Layton. 6 of 10, 73 yards. But he's also run the ball very well for Burnt Hills.
Paul Layton, a first half interception, now just 4 on the season. Under center, a man in motion. Defense in close. Layton's going to keep it. He has room. He's across the 40 and a pickup of 9 or 10 yards. They may have to measure for a first down.
Well, they blitzed Morris, and they went right where Morris wasn't, and that's a good job of blocking, picking up. There's the blitz on the right side. You're going to see Morris, and then he comes up the other side of Morris, and they're going to pick up that first down. There's the blitz, gets caught in the wash. Inside, you see the hole open up, and a nice close and a hit at the last second by Blango from Sweet Home.
And Layton not easy to bring down. He's 6'1", 210 pounds. Handoff up ahead, up the gut. Maybe a pickup of 1 or 2, but not a lot of room to run against that Sweet Home interior defense.
Now Morris there, he really closed on that. Read that and stuck his helmet right in there, and he is a load.
A second down and 7 coming up on the 44-yard line as the Spartans approach midfield here. Layton under center. Throughout that first half, he was in the shotgun formation. Hands it off once again. Picks up maybe 1 or 2 yards. And who else on the tackle? It's DeShanero Morris making another stop for that Sweet Home defense.
Matt Zahn, 51, gets up and goes through the gap, but that occupies the offensive lineman and lets Morris read it and step up and not get blocked. And boy, that's a guy you really got to block.
Well, here's the situation for Burnt Hills. It's 3rd down and 6. You trail by 14 points. You got to keep this drive alive. You can't get the ball back to Sweet Home. You've seen what they have done offensively with the big plays. Here's that 3rd down and 6 play. Layton is going to throw it, dumps it off, has a wide open receiver, makes the catch, picks up the first down. Erik Vuillaume makes a reception and advances across midfield.
Erik Vuillaume circles out, gets open. Watch Vuillaume as they ran the fake. Look at the time they gave him, and then Vuillaume right over on the side of the formation, and Blango brought him down for the Panthers.
And Burnt Hills has changed up the formation second half. The handoff goes to number 22, Brandon Beatty. Gets past the line of the scrimmage and advances maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Well, they're just blowing through the gaps. They're sending Morris every play. And especially when it's like 1st and 10 or now 2nd and 9, they're putting a lot of pressure up front. Kind of stunk that running game. So they're bringing 6 or 7 guys.
Eventually, you wonder if they'll take a shot downfield. Their leading receiver is Keaton Flint. Man in motion. Layton's going to hand it off again. Vuillaume's going to get it. He has daylight up ahead of him. Off to the races he goes, and he is in the end zone for a Burnt Hills touchdown as they answer the call on their first drive.
Well, Vuillaume gets the ball. He just got a terrific trap block and when he read it, he went outside and showing some speed. We talked some speed about Sweet Home. There's some speed right there, and he got Akers, number 77. Terrific block for him on the outside.
A 42-yard touchdown run, maybe the first big play of the game for the Spartans. Extra point is up, a high kick, and it is good. So we have ourselves a ball game. Burnt Hills with that touchdown is now within 7. 9:01 remaining in the third quarter. Sweet Home 28, Burnt Hills 21. Get Erik Vuillaume's 42-yard touchdown run. Not a surprise this kid can break it. He had 11 touchdowns during the course of the season.
And, you know, he broke it outside, but the terrific line blocking really made that play go, because they've been running inside, stunting through the inside gaps. And when they got a little trap on the outside by Akers, 77, got an out block, and that opened up that whole area, and then it was just a foot race. And we've been talking about Sweet Home speed, and Vuillaume showed his speed right there, and we got ourselves quite a game.
The momentum is certainly changing now as they get within 7. A long kick and another touchback as Nettles catches it at the goal line.
I'm telling you, that's quite a weapon, and that's quite a kick. I'll tell you, Layton, not only can he play quarterback, he has got quite a foot.
But at this point, you have to feel somewhat like the pressure now changes a little bit to Sweet Home. In fact, that Burnt Hills has gotten within 7, and now the Panthers have to answer with some type of drive so they don't give the ball right back to the Spartans.
And let's face it, they haven't had many drives. They got a lot of points. I'm not criticizing them, but that has not been their style tonight.
Kaz and Morris right next to each other. Fakes a handoff. Morris is going to get it up the gut, and he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Nice pursuit by that Burnt Hills defense.
They did a great job. 56, Hadcock, that linebacker. We've mentioned him before, 56. He read that play beautifully. A good-sized linebacker. As I don't know what the discussion is, but Hadcock, 6'2", 230, filled that hole admirably and brought Morris down. They're talking to... Looks like they're talking to Burnt Hills. Flags way back.
After the play, we have a personal foul white, personal foul blue.
Oh, 2 personal fouls, so that will offset.
So offsetting personal fouls. That was Matt Shell we just took a look at just a moment ago. A 2nd down and 10 now from the 20-yard line. Kaz efficient, 5 of 6. 161 yards in the 2 scores. Kaz in the shotgun. Here comes the man in motion. Gives it to the man in motion. That's DJ Nettles trying to get outside. They have his jersey. Finally bring him down at the 25-yard line. He does pick up 5 on that run.
Defensive end Hester helped push that play back inside, but Nettles is down. Watch, it's coming to your left. And watch these guys hand fighting. Get off, but there's the speed when he turns the corner. Got brought down right on the sideline.
DJ Nettles twisted around there. He is back on the sideline, so should be okay. So a 3rd down and 5 coming up here. What's going to happen? Is Sweet Home going to get the first down, or is Burnt Hills going to come up with a stop and get the ball back for the 2nd time here in the 3rd quarter?
Burnt Hills does, Sweet Home does not know what they want to do.
At the 25-yard line. Kaz in the shotgun. He can run it, or he can throw it. He's got plenty of weapons with Morris and Nettles. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it. Under pursuit, though. Nice defense from Burnt Hills. Dumps it off. It is connected, but I believe Reese is going to be short as they wrap up the receiver, and they're going to spot that ball at the 28-yard line, which means they are short of the 1st down.
I think Zach Morton, 89, another one of those defensive ends, 6'5", 200. These guys are tall and lean, but he does a nice job of catch the ball, but not let him go any farther, as the other defensive end or excuse me, defensive back Mike Russell came over to help him out. But it's going to be 4th and short.
Mike Lewandowski will punt now for Sweet Home. He is standing at his own 17-yard line. Here is the punt, and it is blocked by Burnt Hills. They recover. Actually, it is going to be Sweet Home finally getting it, but Burnt Hills is going to get the ball back on the 19-yard line. Things are certainly changing here at the Carrier Dome in the Class A championship game. The Spartans getting great field position after the blocked punt.
Well, you talk about special teams, and we're going to take a look at it right here. Here's a long shot. Good snap. Just took an inside route. Didn't get the number of that. We'll get it for you, but it was a great inside move. One of the defensive ends, no doubt.
Layton behind center. He's going to hand it off. Going to Vuillaume again. Vuillaume's got the first down before he's pushed out of bounds at the 8-yard line. That is a kid that turns a corner like that.
He is quick. And when you give him the corner, you talk about team speed. He's got it when he gets to that corner. Vuillaume. It's going to be goal to go.
And Burnt Hills once again is inside the Geico zone. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. A 1st and goal for the Spartans at the 9-yard line of Sweet Home. A 7-point advantage for the Panthers. Man in motion. They're going to hand it off. Finally, it is going to be the quarterback with the keeper. Paul Layton holds on to it. At one point, I thought Vuillaume had kept it up the gut, but it's the quarterback around the left side.
Looked like Vuillaume probably had the better run, right? Watch, he fakes it. Look at that. There's the hole, but read well and stepped up quickly by Ramadan, number 8.
You wonder if they'll run Vuillaume to the wide side of the field, as explosive as he has been around that corner. He is in the backfield. Layton is behind center. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Layton to throw it. Has a man in the end zone. Overshoots him. It's incomplete.
He's looking for Hester there in the end zone. 84. Pretty good target. 6'5", 200 pounds. Defensive end who's played a whale of a game on defense. Trying to get open on offense. They faked it inside, and then little touch pass. Almost a fade, but a little bit too much.
Layton hid the play action very well, but overshot his intended receiver. A 3rd and goal from inside the 10-yard line. Layton now in the shotgun. Has 4 receivers. He's going to have it. Looks over to the right side. Has a man wide open. Makes the catch, but is brought down at the 6-yard line.
Nettles over on defense, right? DJ Nettles, who got hurt, back in, playing a little defense. Tried to look him off through the center. Ran the little swing out to Flint, who has been extraordinary, but Nettles was there to make the stop.
Matt Shell is going to go for the 23-yard field goal, and why not? We've seen the leg exhibited by Paul Layton. Why not take the 3 points here? Certainly could come in handy later on in this game. A 23-yard attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up, almost blocked.
Oh,
and it is good, but there is a flag.
Let's see if it was good first. Did that happen before the kick? Yeah, it's going to probably be an offsides, but
Encroachment on the defense before the snap.
Unofficially, we're thinking that it was Zach Morton who blocked that kick, that 6'5" defensive end with the inside move. So, but that's brought him down in this particular situation here. Coach wants this explained to him, and I don't blame him.
Well, it was 4th down and 6. Is this a 5-yard penalty? I think that's what he's trying to figure out right now, Matt Shell, because obviously they could decline it and keep the field goal if it doesn't advance them to the first down.
Well, they're bringing the offense back in. So it's half the distance, which gives them a little better shot because the ball's going to be put on like the 2-yard line, right where they'd be kicking an extra point from.
And why not go for this in the championship game? You're down by 7. You have the momentum. It's exactly what Matt Shell has decided to do. Layton has one receiver out wide left. Vuillaume's in the backfield. Man in motion. Let's see if they run left here. Layton has it. Fakes the handoff. Rolling out left. Has nobody to throw to. Under pursuit is brought down as he heaves it to the end zone. Up for grabs. And finally hits the turf. It is not intercepted, but it is also not converted by that Burnt Hills offense.
Yeah, he just kind of had no chance. Just kind of shot-putted it when he knew he was going to go down. Hope maybe something would happen. Yeah, there you go. Two-hand set shot. Oh, almost was up in the air for a while. So close call for Sweet Home, as that ball was just kind of set shot up in the air and nobody got it. It's going to be incomplete. So Sweet Home's got the ball on their own 2-yard line.
Panthers backed up, trying to protect the ball. Here's the snap. Not a lot of room to run. Brought down back at the 2-yard line. No gain for the Panthers. That was DeShanero Morris trying to break away from the pile.
You know, this is tough down here, but a quick slant might do you well here. That ball was just one hop. That was thrown back to Morris, and that wasn't even on target.
Talk about dangerous.
Yeah, talk about dangerous.
Another snap, inside handoff, more room to run. Morris tackled at the 10-yard line. He does get away from the goal line, picks up 5 or 6 on that carry.
Yeah, he's fast. 6 foot 160, and he gets good room inside. Right there, see that blocking? Nice double team at the point of attack. Yeah, nice blocking out of Steve Phillips, number 53 for Sweet Home.
Morris was the decoy on that play. Will Reese got it. So a 3rd down here coming up. Handoff up ahead, has the first down. Morris plowing his way up into the 20-yard line.
First down, Sweet Home.
This looked like a muddle huddle, and then he just all of a sudden he busts out from the side and then cuts back in. I tell you, I got to give him credit. That kid has gone both ways all the time, and he runs hard.
This is like watching a rugby match here. All 22 players in close. Another inside handoff. Not much going on there for the Panthers offense. There's a
late flag. Yeah, there's going to be a personal foul. I think this could be against Burnt Hills.
We have a dead ball, personal foul this way, personal foul that way, offsetting.
That's the second time we've seen that here in the 3rd quarter. So neither team gets penalized. It'll set up a 2nd down and 8 for Sweet Home.
Well, they're going to this tight double wing here.
Casey Kaz close to center. Everyone close by. Kaz rolling out to throw it. Throws it deep to an intended receiver. Beautiful defensive play by the Burnt Hills defense. That is number 21, Tyler Paluba, coming up and making the deflection.
He's had quite a game, Tyler Paluba. They had everybody in tight. Nice job, Kaz, of hiding the ball. And at the last minute, he looks like he's going to be able to make a play on the ball, but Manny Reed gets it knocked away from him by this man, Tyler Paluba. Reed not able to make the grab. Nothing he could do. Just a nice play by Paluba.
3rd down and 6 now. Burnt Hills looking for the stop, hoping to get the ball back. Panthers hoping to hold on to their 7-point advantage. Kaz has it. Plenty of time. Finally rolled out, though. Pursuit is on him. Throws it downfield to a wide-open receiver at the 45-yard line. That is Reese, who races his way to the 42 of Burnt Hills.
Well, Kaz makes time for himself. 35 on this. Kaz straight drop, gets good blocking. Then the last minute he scrambles out and he spots an open receiver. The problem is, if you're Burnt Hills, you can't cover somebody for 6 or 7 seconds. And one of the guys that gets open is Reese, and he is fast. Out of the slot.
You take a look at Sweet Home, 165 yards passing in this game. They have gotten out of trouble. They were backed up at the 2-yard line. Reese gets the handoff, brought down at the 25-yard line. How nice is it for Casey Kaz to have this many weapons on offense?
First down, Panthers.
Good look right here coming out. Wachukum, nice block. 24 opened that up. 18 on that little scamper. So Will Reese, a couple of carries, averaging 11 yards a carry.
And as much as we've heard about DeShanero Morris, I've loved watching Will Reese and DJ Nettles help contribute to the 206 yards rushing for Sweet Home. Morris pushing the pile, picks up maybe 1 or 2 on the carry. Pick your poison if you're the Burnt Hills defense. So many different weapons and plenty of speed on this Panthers offense.
Owens playing inside for Burnt Hills, 45 on the nose. He has done a good job.
2nd down and 7. Casey Kaz in the shotgun. Man in motion. Kaz has it. Looks right. Tosses it out. Has some blockers ahead. Nettles catches it. Nettles gets brought down at the 17-yard line. I believe he's going to be about a yard short of that first down.
Talked about the wide receivers blocking. Reese on the outside. Number 5 does a terrific job to get a good look as he just turns. It's a forward pass. Make sure it goes forward. It's a little long handoff. And there's Reese. Nice job of blocking by number 5. Helps him get around the corner. Brings up 3rd and short.
When it's 3rd and 1, you got to imagine the call is going to go to DeShanero Morris. 6'1", 225 pounds. Could be a quarterback keeper for Casey Kaz as well. Morris gets it, and he picks up the first down. You just wonder now if they're wearing down this Burnt Hills defense. They have the ball on the 13-yard line. Sweet Home is inside the Geico zone. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO.
Sorry, Joe, just going to say, didn't it start on the 2-yard line, right? This drive.
A long drive for Sweet Home. A penalty flag comes in.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5 yards.
After the penalty, it'll make it 1st down and 15 from the 18-yard line. The biggest problem for Burnt Hills now is there's less than a minute remaining here in the 3rd quarter. If the Panthers are able to get a field goal or a touchdown, it'll be a 2-score deficit for the Spartans. DeShanero Morris, 17 carries, 4.5 yards per attempt. On the season, over 1,400. Also 22 scores to go with that. Kaz in the shotgun, looks to pass, fires it right. Has a receiver, it is Will Reese. Reese all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, Will Reese is having himself quite a game. Offensively, defensively, but here he is offensively as a receiver. Another grab, open in the zone. And he gets down very close to that touchdown. But more importantly, right now he gets in the 1st down. They got 4 tries to get the touchdown.
A 1st and goal on the 2-yard line. 20 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Reese now having a huge day catching the ball. 4 catches, 130 yards. Kaz Morris, who has the ball? DeShanero Morris crosses the goal line as Sweet Home advances their lead to 34-21.
Yeah, give it to the guy who weighs 220 down there. Let's see what happens and see if we can get some blocking. And if we don't get a lot, he's going to run a cutback right there. I like that play. He gets everybody going to the right, and then he cuts back on a 45-degree angle. And the thing is, you don't get a good angle on him, and you really need to if you're going to drop him before he gets in the end zone. Didn't happen. Goes to 34. This could be 35, and it is.
As he splits the uprights, 8 seconds remaining in the third quarter. It is Burnt Hills now with a 2-touchdown deficit. It is 35-21, and DeShanero Morris picking up steam, powering his way into the end zone for his first touchdown in this championship game.
Yeah, you deserve a little
championship game. Sweet Home on top of Burnt Hills, 35-21. The fourth quarter is straight ahead. And we're back to action. The handoff going to Keaton Flint. Turns it upfield, picks up 4 or 5 yards.
He's been a busy man for Burnt Hills. Keaton Flint. A couple of touchdowns, and look at the third quarter stats. Is 436. They doubled him up there in the total yards. And that last one, we talked about the big play. That was just a grinded out 98-yard drive, Joe.
Backs against the wall. What do? They respond, march down the field 97 yards for the touchdown. 2nd down and 7 coming up here for the Spartans. Man in motion. Layton's going to keep it, has room to run. Gets to the outside, back inside across the 45. Finally down at the 42-yard line of Sweet Home.
Well, it's all about faking, and then when he knows that they're going to go for that fake, he cuts it up inside. Very impressed with his courage and his ability to run. Paul Layton, 6'1", 210, has done a masterful job of running this offense, and he takes a pounding out there, Joe.
Luckily, he does have some size. Paul Layton, 6'1", 210. At this point, if I'm Burnt Hills, I don't panic yet. You can respond here. You make one stop. You have a chance to tie this game. Layton looking to pass. Dumps it off. Has a receiver open. Makes the catch. Sheds the tackle, or at least tries to. They'll pick up 6 or 7 on the catch. That is number 21, Tyler Paluba, whose name we're calling more and more here in the second half.
Tyler Paluba's on just crossing the formation. Gets brought down, dives for that last couple of yards. And gets pretty decent yardage on first down. There he is, stretching out. Boy, that's tough on the old meniscus.
What we're seeing here on this drive, Paul Layton is getting time to throw the ball. You give him protection, gives you more opportunities. Dumps it off again, had a man open, sends it wide. It is incomplete.
Third down, he had Sellers cutting across the formation, just out of his reach. 10 for 16. 1 TD, 1 pick.
Down 14, 2-down territory for Burnt Hills. 3rd down and 3, a very manageable 3rd down. Layton, does he look to try to find someone quick, or does he decide to run? If he does, DeShanero Morris is standing not far off the line. Here comes the blitz. Layton puts it up for grabs. The receiver had no idea where that ball was. I think he was expecting a flag to come in. Tanner Sellers was open.
He couldn't find the ball. Take a look at it. thrown off his back foot, just kind of put a lot of air underneath it. And by the time he turned around, he couldn't find it. So fourth down.
And Sweet Home had the blitz on Paul Layton, who was smart to get rid of the ball. Let's see what happens here. A huge fourth down and 3 coming up here for the Spartans. Man in motion in the shotgun. Layton, pitch, has the corner. You got to get to that corner. And the running back gets the first down. Brandon Beatty beats a defender to the first down marker.
First down, Spartans.
They haven't used it much, but that option comes in handy. Watch this. Coming in, I'll just pitch the ball. Who's responsible for the pitch, man? Answer is nobody on that play. The corner, or DeGennaro Morris comes up, the linebacker, but that's way out after he made the corner.
There is new life for the Spartans team. The first down and 10 on the 30-yard line. Layton's going to keep it. Has room to run. He was across the 20-yard line, still on his feet, trying to cut outside. Finally brought down at the 13-yard line. A 17-yard pickup for the senior quarterback from Burnt Hills.
Van Alstyne, 57, had a vicious block to set him free. I don't know if you're going to see it. There's one block right there on Morris. You missed the block by Van Alstyne. He just took the defender right off his feet, and then when he read that, Layton saw the hole open up. Nice block on Morris, too.
And we're witnessing exactly why Paul Layton was an 1,000-yard rusher this season. Also got into the end zone 19 times, 52 yards on the day today against Sweet Home. Here it is. It's going to be handed off to Keith again around the corner, staying on his feet, able to pick up a couple of yards on the run. That's Keaton Flint with the run.
Well, they're challenging the corner on that one tonight. Flint turns the corner. There's a seal block right there, but just not enough room. Nice job. Is that Nettles that came over and just took out the whole rest of the interference.
They gave Flint 3 yards on the carry. Plenty of time left in the fourth quarter here, the Class A championship game.
Timeout.
Timeout, Blue.
Sweet Home going to take a timeout, Joe.
And you wonder if they call that timeout because
stop of the game. But right now they need another stop because Burnt Hills is knocking on the door, and they can get a first down inside the 5-yard line. Right now it's second.
Dale, you're right. Second down and 7 on the 10-yard line. Paul Layton in the shotgun. Here comes that man in motion. They love to do that. Layton's going to keep it inside. Meets the tackler at the line of scrimmage, not able to pick up any yardage.
Morris was there. He really filled that hole admirably, helped out by Coleman. So 4 and 6. Stop that play. Burnt Hills coach, Matt Shell. I got ties older than him, I think.
And Matt Shell and his team has 2 downs here to get the ball across the goal line and cut the lead to 7 possibly. Third down and 7. Layton is in the shotgun. He's been looking to run more here in the second half. Here comes the defenders. Puts it up for grabs. Not a chance of completing this one. This one going about 5 yards past the end zone.
Well, you know what? They were in his face the minute that he got the ball, so he did what he could do, which was get rid of it and make sure no harm came to the ball, and they did, and he threw it away. So they got fourth down. They don't need to get a touchdown. They can get the first down. So White's going to take it.
Is facing a fourth down and 7. As you said, they can pick up a first down, but you got to get at least 7 on this play. This is a huge play for this team.
Very big. The head coach had a timeout. They got 2 left. Sweet Home gets to their feet, their fans. Burnt Hills the same.
I believe this is the biggest turnout we've had throughout the first 3 games on this Saturday. Fourth down and 7. Ball on the 10-yard line. Paul Layton. Will he throw? Will he pass? Pressure again. And he's going to be sacked by the Sweet Home defense. He puts it up for grabs. I believe he was already down. So a quarterback sack as Sweet Home responds defensively.
was a big play for Sweet Home. And they responded, and they came right up the gut and put the pressure on the quarterback, Layton. Watch. There it is, Morris. And then the other guy who's had such a good game for them, number 6, Coleman. So 6 and 4 have called their numbers a couple times. And we go to this tight double wing here.
Always difficult to see who gets the ball. It is going to be DeShanero Morris. He pushes ahead for an 8-yard carry. Now this late in the game, up by 14, as they try to protect the ball and their lead, you've got to feel they're going to give it more and more to DeShanero Morris.
Well, yeah, and this is the perfect offense. You know what? You see how they tighten the splits up? Those linemen are like on an extra point. They're toe-to-toe. The wings are right up inside the ends. I mean, it's an offense where you say, where is the ball going to go? And it's just let's wedge block it out, and then let's just get somebody who can pile drive behind all the wedge blocks.
8-yard pickup for Morris. Who's going to get it this time? They fake it to Morris, then finally give it to Will Reese, who finds no room to run. In fact, I think he may have lost a yard or two on the play. It does bring up a crucial 3rd down for the Panthers.
Interestingly, they pulled a guard, and when they didn't wedge block, they tried to do that little counter inside and got burnt. Hadcock, whose number we've called a lot, 56 there for Burnt Hills, big linebacker.
So officially called 3rd down and 3 from the 27-yard line. Burnt Hills comes up with a stop here.
And they open up the set a little bit now. They're no longer in that tight double wing.
Kaz in the shotgun. Morris standing right next to him. The flags come in.
Gee, I don't know what could have happened unless it was the clock expired.
Ball start, offense, 5-yard penalty.
I didn't see it.
And we appreciate him turning the mic on, so they're going to be backed up 5 more yards. Makes it obviously much more difficult. A 3rd down and 8.
Yes, so Burnt Hills keeps their chances alive via a penalty, but they still have to stop them here on this down. They've got about 8 to go. Got to get to the 30, just over the 30-yard line for the 1st down.
And if they do stop him, then you kind of question, maybe a little conservative with the first 2 plays here. Obviously, things are going to open up here on this 3rd down play like they have been open up throughout the entire game. Nettles, they fake it to. Kaz is going to throw the ball or keep it. He couldn't make up his mind. Now he's going to pass it because he has all day long and a wide open receiver, but this ball is picked off by Burnt Hills. And finally brought down at the 26-yard line, Tanner Sellers. Wow, what a big play there for the Spartans.
You know what to tell you, the last thing you want to do is, all right, throw it incomplete, let us punt, don't give the interception. And the problem is, he is running for his life, hard to keep everybody in sync, and Kaz thinks he has somebody coming across. He thought he had a Reese coming across, but a nice read by number 18, Tanner Sellers, a 6'1", 160-pounder. So the worst thing that could possibly happen happened, throwing across the formation, and there was Reese. But Tanner there.
Layton's going to hand it off to Vuillaume. Can he get to the outside? He had that open spot there to try to get around the corner, but a nice 1st down run for Erik Vuillaume.
Vuillaume's had quite a game, and he continues to have quite a game here as they give him the ball. Nothing fancy off tackle. They get nice down blocking. You're right. Looked like he might have had a little bit more to the outside. Finally brought down by number 7, Blanco.
Hand off to Vuillaume again. Steps through. Gets it on his feet into the end zone, and a touchdown by Burnt Hills. 35-27. After the interception, they respond quickly with the touchdown run from Erik Vuillaume.
Vuillaume just breaks it. Watch this, though. Power runs through the tackle of Wango and then into the end zone. Blanco, 160 pounds, had the angle, but he ran right through the tackle.
Here comes the point after from Paul Layton. The kick is up. and it will be good. The Spartans get within 7 now. It's 35-28. Plenty of time left. So with 6:30 remaining, you have to imagine they're going to try to kick this ball deep, then defend.
Well, you know he could get it into the end zone, so I guess they're figuring Sweet Home will have to go 80 yards because, now Layton, I don't know if he's getting tired or not. He doesn't always put it there, but twice he has put it in the end zone. This is the time to do it.
Reese and Nettles are back deep. This ball is not going to get to the goal line. That is Will Reese catching it at the 10-yard line. Reversing fields, trying to get to the outside. Not able to do that as the pursuit of the return team of Burnt Hills stops him inside the 20-yard line.
Well, they did a nice job. 90's number 8 for Burnt Hills and number 60. A couple of things that they did. They saw the blocker setting up, and Crit's number 60. They got inside, so they would have had to have been pushed in the back or clipped. So it was great positioning, able to bring them down shy of the 20-yard line. Terrific defense.
We see how explosive Sweet Home was early. 21 points in the first quarter, but then Burnt Hills consistent. A touchdown in each quarter, down 7, 35-28. Backed up to the 17, Reese in motion. They give him the handoff. He does have a blocker in Morris who pushes the pile, but Reese only able to pick up just a couple yards on the carry.
Well, there was a host of white jerseys there. Knights again. 90's number 8 was there on the outside. Watch it. They fight off. Defensive ends have done a great job. Knights brings him down from the back. Eventually, I'll tell you what, those defensive ends have been very, very active for Burnt Hills, especially Hester, number 84.
And they're able to pick up just a couple yards on that first down carry. Here comes Reese once again. Kaz keeps it, then gives it to Morris. Morris tackled, gang tackled here. It's going to set up about a 3rd and 5 coming up for the Panthers of Sweet Home.
I'll tell you who else has played well is 89, Zach Morton, the other defensive end. Both ends have done a terrific job. Both guys 6'5", skinny, 200 pounds. But they do a nice job of keeping that ball inside and hand fighting the blocks.
3rd down play coming up for Sweet Home. They've got to get it to the 27-yard line to pick up the first down. Kaz in the shotgun. The offensive stalled here in the second half. They're going to dump it out to the flats here. Will Reese makes the catch, stays on his feet, gets the first down, and is across the 40-yard line.
Well, just what they needed. You talked about them being a little conservative when they had the ball and they ran that tight double wing, and now they said, we need the ball. Let's get the ball to Reese. And number 5 has responded. It's a smart play. The ball goes to the outside. He makes the catch to the outside, then turns back up to get the yardage. But that ball was low to the outside where it couldn't be picked.
What I like about that play as well, Will Reese stays inbound, so the clock continues to tick here for Sweet Home. We're under 4.5 remaining in this Class A championship game. Kaz has it. Hands it off to Morris. Morris stays on his feet. Across the 50. Another first down for the Panthers.
We talked about him getting into the secondary, and when he gets there and gets ahead of steam going, he's a lot of trouble. And you can see right here, it's a nice same play fake, but he got good blocking, and then he's able to twist and turn. He has a nice spin move. Look at the stiff arm, and great yardage, and another first down as Sweet Home controlling the clock.
Just 4 minutes remaining in this game. A first down and 10 for Sweet Home. No reason to rush things. Take as much time off the clock as you can. There is 12 seconds remaining on the play clock. As they spread things out, Casey Kaz to Will Reese. Stays inside the tackles, picks up 3 yards on the carry.
Morton again, that other defensive end, or one of those defensive ends we're talking about, also helped out by Mike Matrazzo. But watch number 89 here. He's coming right at you. He's getting blockers. He's got to fight him off, steps to the inside, puts the shoulder down. Nice job by the defensive end. Interesting, you know, we've got a matchup down here. We've got Mike Russell, number 88, who is manned up, or was manned up, with DJ Nettles. We've seen that combination before.
There goes Nettles in motion. They give it to him. He's going around left end. He's got the first down and a couple more yards as he crosses the 35-yard line of Burnt Hills.
I think the obvious rejoinder here is we got a little conservative. That's not what got us here. Let's get back, and we don't want to do anything foolish, but let's get the ball in the hands of the guys who can help us. Wide receiver around. He's been there a couple times. Nettles has caught some, run some. Terrific job, and put it in his hands. He's got the speed, and when you're up against a tired defense, Joe, that's exactly what you want to do.
DJ Nettles has certainly been enjoyable to watch this evening. Plays both sides of the ball. Offensively, defensively, goes in motion again. They give it to Morris. Morris tries to get outside, gets tripped up after a 2-yard pickup.
Well, Knights brought him down. The linebacker shot up, got an arm out, and got him down by the ankles. But keeps the clock moving as we head down towards 2 minutes. Burnt Hills has 2 timeouts left. They may have to use one eventually. They just start the 25-second clock right now, so they can get it down about a minute and a half, a little more than that, about a minute 35 before they have to really snap it.
A 2nd down and 8 play call coming up here for Sweet Home. Here comes Reese. They fake it to Reese, inside to Morris. Morris staying on his feet. A flag comes in as he crosses the 30-yard line.
That looks like a hold to me. No? Yeah.
You were right.
I saw somebody from Sweet Home applauding. And I said, I could be wrong, but that's normally where you get the hold. So that puts a little pressure on him because it's 10 yards right from the spot there. It's going to put him back 10 yards, but it'll be about 8 yards from the original line of scrimmage. Let's see if we can pick up the hold. You see it on the left end. Yeah, there you are.
Holding, offense, 10 yards penalty, repeat, 2nd down.
So it makes it 2nd and much further now for Sweet Home as they're pushed back towards midfield. A 2nd and 18 from the 43-yard line. The clock starts once again. 90 seconds remaining in this Class A championship game. Kaz has it, gives it to Morris. Morris up the gut. Dragged down at the 39-yard line.
Sharon 76 on a tackle. He's done a nice job. He's played offense and defense. A lot of these guys have. And number 76, Sharon, made that tackle. I think he needs some fluids. He deserves to be tired. I'll tell you, he plays just about every play on offense and defense. And as we said, he's not standing around on plays. He's running, holding on to the ball, or he is hitting people and blitzing as a linebacker. So he has had a full day and has done a terrific job.
And Burnt Hills does use one of their timeouts, which means they have 1 remaining. They stop the clock with 1:21 left in this game. So what they're hoping here, obviously on a 3rd and 14, make the stop, call another timeout.
Right.
Get the punt, and then you got to march the distance of the field to tie the game up.
Now, they've played a heck of a football game. I really am impressed. Quite honestly, I thought early, Joe, that this might not be this good a game, but Burnt Hills very impressed with the coaching staff. They're a well-coached team. They tackle well, and Sweet Home too. Just they are so athletic and they've got so much speed. You just expected that to take over the game, but Burnt Hills came back, and what a great job they did offensively with Layton, the quarterback, and of course Flint done a great job, number 2.
And look at it this way. Sweet Home scored 21 points in the first quarter. In the next 3 quarters, they've got in the end zone just 2 more times. So Burnt Hills defensively obviously has shut them down a little bit. They spread things out on 3rd down and 14.
Shift out of the tight double wing.
Missionero Morris in the backfield. He gets the handoff. Things are split.
Ball's out.
Steps up, makes the play, and the ball is out once again. And it was recovered by Sweet Home.
Right into his arms. It's number 52 picked that ball up. Nick Tahar, watch the ball. He got it. Now he's got it. Got to tuck it away. Nice job of stripping the ball. It went right to Tahar. And he says, I know what to do with it. I put two hands on it. I put my head down. And I go as far as I can.
Burnt Hills has called their final timeout. Here's the situation. If you're Sweet Home, do you go for it on 4th and 6 to try to wind down the clock, or do you punt them deep and make them march the distance of the field with no timeouts remaining?
Well, you got to hope your punter doesn't put it in the end zone, because then you've only given up 10 yards. So, you know, it's a good question. I would just go for it. That's my opinion, because there's no timeouts, and I don't think the extra 10 yards will make a lot of difference.
And if you get the first down, the game is over.
Correct. So there's that upside.
John Fowler agrees with you. Sweet Home is going to go for it on 4th down and 5 at the 30-yard line. Burnt Hills defense challenge once again. Kaz has it. Doesn't go to Morris. Looks to pass. Defense is on him, and the pass is completed. A nice play there to Noah Wachukam as they picked up the first down, and that should end the threat for Burnt Hills.
Wachukam has made a couple of big plays. They said, you know what, we're going to fake it to number 4, and I'm hoping Wachukam can make a catch on the corner, and he made it. You know what he did there? Great job of concentrating the ball into his hands, made sure he got it, made the catch, went out of bounds, but that's a moot point.
The Burnt Hills defense was able to get pursuit on Casey Kaz, who stepped up and completes that first down pass as they kneel on it. Now just 1 minute remaining in this game, and the fans of Sweet Home are all set to celebrate their program's first ever championship in high school football.
What a great job they did. As we said, first quarter, they just took over this game, but they had to hold off a tenacious Burnt Hills. But give them credit, they got a lot of weapons and they know how to use them.
And with 30 seconds remaining, it's going to be another Section 6 team with a victory here in a state championship game. That should all but do it. 20 seconds remaining in this contest. The Sweet Home players starting to navigate onto the field as they celebrate the first ever state title for the Sweet Home Panthers team. It's the second squad we've seen here today at the Carrier Dome pick up their first ever championship in high school football.
As you said, good day for Section 6. Maple
going most of the way untested. When the chips were down, they came through, which makes them the Fox 23 Time Warner Cable Team of the Week. After outscoring teams by a nearly 8-1 margin, you had to wonder, what would the Burnt Hills football team do when the going got tough? We found out exactly what they do: find a way to win. After getting outplayed in the first half of the state quarterfinal by Nyack, the Spartans changed the tide in the second. A long kick return led to their first score. Then, after giving up a touchdown on the ensuing kickoff, they shrugged that off and drove the ball down the field. Paul Layton passing and Paul Layton running got the Spartans to the end zone. With this point after by Layton, Burnt Hills had its first lead at 14-13. Still work to do, and the defense did it. 2 sacks and then a forced fumble and recovery put it away. This was a major test, and Burnt Hills got the 8 points. Congratulations to the Burnt Hills Spartans football team, the Fox 23 Time Warner Cable Team of the Week.
Syracuse without a high school football championship trophy. Burnt Hills Ballston Lake lost to Sweet Home in the Class A high school football championship game. The final score was 35-28. Until now, the Spartans had been undefeated. Our Marissa Jacks will have all the game highlights coming up in sports. Well, the Spartans will have to wait another year for a chance to be crowned high school football state champions. Burnt Hills Ballston Lake lost to Sweet Home in the Class A high school football championships. Our sports director Joe Calderon and photographer Ken Dio made the trip to Syracuse and captured these sights and sounds at the Carrier Dome.
Extra point is good. 9:01 left in the third quarter. Sweet Home 20.
Well, it starts right here, though, football. It's been since Amsterdam in 2005 that a Section 2 team held that trophy aloft on the floor of the Carrier Dome in Syracuse. Burnt Hills with that chance, but only if they could deal with a formidable foe, 12-0 Sweet Home of Buffalo.
First trip to the Dome for the Spartans, determined to make it a memorable one. They were. First half, Sweet Home to the air, but watch the effort by the Spartans. Number 18, Tanner Sellers, gets up there to swat the ball away. Nice defense. Think these two teams were fired up to play each other. Check this out. Deshaunaro Morris runs for the Panthers, then whack, meets Zach Morton. Quite a collision there. Next play, the Panthers quarterback Casey Kaz calls his own number. Number 9 takes it 10. 10 yards for the score. 7-0 Sweet Home after their first possession. Spartans went 3 and out on their first, then got burned by their own aggressiveness. The reverse to the Panthers' DJ Nettles, a Panther who runs like a cheetah. He escapes a tackle and then just takes off. 91 yards for the score. 14-0 after 2 series. Sweet Home on top. Spartans had an answer. Paul Layton to the air. Finds Keaton Flint, who does the rest. Watch him slip in for the score. 14-7, Spartans on the comeback. Sweet Home got another quick score. Then after they picked off Layton, Connor Hadcock returned the favor with the interception, but again, the HBL stalled on offense. After Sweet Sweet Home made it 28-7. The Spartans caught life. Layton to Tyler Paluba. Fantastic catch. First down, the Section 2 champs in business. Finishing the drive is Flint. This time, the sophomore running the ball. Look at him tiptoe in at the goal line. 28-14 Panthers at the break. Spartans rocking it out in the second half, moving the ball down the field with Erik Vuillaume capping the effort, a 32-yard score, and all of a sudden it was a 7-point game. BHBL just kept coming. Zach Morton gets a hand up to block the punt. Spartans in business deep in Sweet Home territory, but got no points out of the turnover. Sweet Home made it 35-21. BHBL's defense made something happen again. Sellers with the easy interception. He'll return that back to about the 27-yard line, and the Spartans were again on the drive. 2 Erik Vuillaume runs later, and he would be in for the touchdown. 35-28. Burnt Hills down 7 with 6:26 to go. But the Spartans never got the ball back. Early nerves gave way to a solid second half effort, but that effort came up 7 short. 35-28, the final. The dome kind of gets you maybe a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. A little bit, but I don't know. We just try to think of it as a regular game and, just try our best. Came out a little slow in the beginning, but tried to pick it up at the end.
Yeah, it shows that we have great character battling back after we were down a few touchdowns, and shows that we have real good coaching. And, it just says a lot about our team.
Had to be pretty confident in the fourth quarter that you were going to get the ball back the way you guys were playing, and it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, it's a crazy game. You get momentum and you have them on the ropes, and then all of a sudden, they make a couple big plays and they get momentum right back, and that's the nature of football.
A loss is certainly not the way any team wants to end the season, but when all is said and done, this is one they'll be talking about in Burnt Hills for some time to come.
We showed that we can fight back, and yes, we lost, but it's a great season, and we definitely showed that we're a fighting team and we wouldn't give up.
1 loss is as tough as 5 losses or as 9 losses. They all stink, but our kids are awesome people, and they're just high character kids, and they're humble and they're hard workers, and I love them, and I wouldn't trade them for anybody or anywhere. Or they're awesome kids, and I'm proud to be associated with them.
Hi everybody, I'm Marissa Jax with a quick check of sports. The Burnt Hills Boston Lake Spartans playing in their first ever state championship game. This out at the Carrier Dome, and they're taking on Sweet Home out of Section 6. Second quarter, Burnt Hills trailing 28-7, but not giving up. Paul Layton hands off to Keaton Flint. He gets to the outside and gets into the end zone. Cuts the deficit to 14 at the half. Fourth quarter, Burnt Hills down 2 touchdowns, but Tanner Sellers comes up with the big pick. And that leads to this, an Erik Vuillaume touchdown run. But Burnt Hills falls just short. They get beat 35-28.